I have done is buy myself time. I haven't really told anyone anything of use. But I have told the truth. Isn't that ironic? They sent me because I am so good at telling lies. I have remembered some famous last words which I have been saving up to finish with. They are Edith Cavell's, the British nurse, who smuggled 200 Allied soldiers out of Belgium in the last war. I am glad to die for my country. I can't honestly say I believe such sanctimonious twaddle. Kiss me, Hardy. The truth is, I like Kiss Me, Hardy better. Edith Cavell was fooling herself. Nelson was being honest. So am I. I have told the truth. After their plane crashed in Nazi-infested France, two best friends, Julie and Maddie, end up separated. Julie is taken prisoner by the enemy and is forced to recount all of her military knowledge, while Maddie is taken in by Mitraillette, a member of the French resistance. As Maddie writes an incident report, recounting her attempt to rescue Julie, we discover both the power of friendship and the lengths that someone will go to protect the people they love. Codename Verity by Elizabeth Ween. If I make it like an incident report, don't think I can possibly make it sound like an incident report, but I've got to write something. I'll have to remember there may be a trial. I don't care if there is. I want to get it right while I remember. Incident report. Attempted sabotage of the Poteau River Bridge on Tours-Plage Road with intent of stopping German military bus carrying French and Allied prisoners, Wednesday, the 1st of December, 1943. Well, we did stop them. Made a great big hole in the bridge, too. What went wrong? I don't know. I honestly don't know. It wasn't a trap. We weren't outnumbered. I suppose we were just playing for higher stakes than the Germans. Shouldn't we have guessed they'd be more ruthless than us? How could we guess we were pretty ruthless? Perhaps it was just too dark. We were blind until the prison bus turned up with its headlights blazing. That bit went well. Within a minute, we had disabled it. Two guards got out of the bus and fired random shots into the bushes at us. Mitraillette had to sit on top of me to stop me from blowing our cover. There was an ominous silence. Not a thing happened for a minute or two. Then the guards ushered every single one of the prisoners out of the bus and made them lie down side by side on their faces in the middle of the road. There were only 3 guards left. It seemed impossible that we shouldn't be able to get the better of them. But they had 18 hostages lying chained and helpless at their feet. And one of their hostages was Julie. She was breathing quietly, waiting, shaking with cold like the rest of us. And we waited, I think, for an hour. One of the women lying in the road began to weep. I think it was just because she was so cold. And when the man next to her tried to put his arm around her, a guard shot him in the hand. That was when I realized that we weren't going to win this battle. That we could not win. Julie lifted her head and said something to the soldiers. One of them came over. He squatted down by her head and took her chin in his hand. He asked her a question. She bit him. He pushed her face down into the road and scrambled to his feet, but as he lowered his rifle to her, one of the other guards laughed and stopped him. He says not to kill her, Mitraillette whispered. If you kill her, there will be no fun. Is she crazy? She'll get herself shot. Exactement, c'est rapide. Fast. No Nazi fun. And now the German corporal, or whoever he was, decided to teach us all a lesson. Us for trying to free their prisoners, and the prisoners for wanting to be freed. He picked on the men mainly, the two who weren't chained, and hauled them to their feet. Seeing that Julie was getting special treatment from the man who was holding her in place, he hauled her to her feet as well and pushed her over next to the two other standing prisoners. The soldier in command gave an order, and one of the guards took aim at the younger of the captive men, and with one bullet, maimed him low between his legs. He shrieked and collapsed, and they fired at him again, first in one elbow and then the other. They turned to the second man and fired on him low in the groin also. When they shot him in the elbow and then again rapidly in the same place to shatter it, my control just went, and I burst into tears. I couldn't help it. I burst into loud, gulping sobs, bawling like a baby. Her face, Julie's face, lit up like a sunrise. Joy and relief and hope all there at once, and she was instantly lovely again. Herself. Beautiful. She heard me. They shot the second man again, destroying his arm. Julie was next. Suddenly she laughed wildly and gave a shaking yell, her voice high and desperate. "Kiss me, Hardy! Kiss me quick!" Turned her face away from me to make it easier, and I shot her. I saw her body flinch. The blows knocked her head aside. And then She was gone.